Welcome. If you determine or influence the customer strategy of your organization, then this video is for you. Today, you will get the opportunity to change how you think about your relationship with customers and your organization's role. Let's start with a question. Which provider do customers prefer the most? The answer is obvious. The ones that provide the best benefit, or even better, that one that helps them to make true progress. Now imagine that your customer journey design becomes your greatest competitive advantage because you are of all providers the one that is helping customers move through the journey most effortlessly. For this to happen, a shift in the mindset is necessary. That is thinking about the customer journey as an enabling function. In this presentation, I will be explaining a new approach to customer journey design. It uniquely enables providers to create compelling value propositions that align with the stages of the customer journey. It helps in developing targeted marketing actions that resonate with customers at each stage of their journey. It also aids in creating effective buying aids that address specific customer needs and pain points. Through our systematic and targeted approach, you can gain insights in no time and create a customer-centric experience that makes customers feel understood and supported. Meeting customers' needs at each stage leads to higher conversion, satisfaction, and loyalty. Let's explore the innovative aspects of customer progress design and its potential to revolutionize customer interactions. But first, let's look at the typical problems of customer journey management. Today, many companies miss the opportunity to win new customers because customers fail to complete the customer journey. They also fail to build lasting customer relationships because they don't know their customers' success criteria. They focus on optimizing their touch points and mapping the customer journey to their internal processes with an inside-out view. This can lead to them not fundamentally rethinking their processes from the customer's perspective. There are also challenges related to the organization. Current UX and CX research often fails to add enough value for generating growth. It is disjointed from strategy development. Departments working in silos lead to misalignment. These issues arise from a self-oriented approach rather than a customer-oriented one. On the next slide, we look at where the biggest business opportunities for an optimized customer journey design lie. Let's introduce the concept of the customer journey. We look at these stages: passive search, active search, trade-off, and user experience. These stages are discrete and distinguishable, because customers have different challenges, questions, and needs in each phase. However, the greatest potential is customers who haven't started their journey yet. Serviceable Addressable Customers (SAC) represents our entire market opportunity. These are customers who could potentially have a need for change and could be addressable. Also, in each stage we are typically losing customers. They may fail to answer important questions or to complete tasks that are prerequisites for the next stage. With our customer progress design approach, we want to help customers get through the customer journey, helping them at each step to get to the next. The more customers we help to successfully end their journey and adopt a new solution, the more paying customers we will get. Let's take a look at how we can help customers in general at every stage of their journey. These are the general possibilities to support customers on their journey. We can encourage customers to start their journey. Inspire customers to learn what they want and need. Advise customers on making the right decision. And serve customers to help them achieve their goals. But how do we find out what support could be useful at each stage and how to reach customers? What data do we need that can describe the customer journey from the customer's perspective? That's what we're going to look at next. Most of the data that can help us improve the customer journey from the customer's perspective does not exist in any databases, in any customer relationship management systems, not even in the so-called voice of the customer that we receive. We can think of the unknown factors of a customer journey as the part of the iceberg that is below the waterline. Visible data, on the other hand, is all the data we have in our databases and systems, or the data from voice of the customer records and social media. Many companies today still think that this data is enough to make the right decisions. Often too late, they realize that there is no way around talking to customers. We conducted a study in 2024 on the extent of the unknown factors of a customer journey. Here are the results. The majority of customer mentions were unknown to providers. This is not surprising, because this information is usually not part of the communication that companies have with customers. Beneath the surface lies the gold of data, the otherwise hidden insights that give us visibility into how customers strive to improve their lives. Now let's take a closer look at a data model that provides rich context about the customer journey. Our mental and data model consists of 12 variables. They are sufficient in helping us to describe the customer journey and help to break down customer stories into individual elements, making them synthesizable and actionable. The 12 elements are divided into 3 categories. At the center are the experiences that describe the jobs customers try to get accomplished, and the pains and benefits associated with them. Secondly, there are contextual elements that help describe the circumstances of the customer journey. And thirdly, there are the forces of progress and desired outcomes that customers want to achieve. This data provides phase-specific insights that help inform decisions. We also have insights that relate to the entire journey, such as the constraints customers have to act under. How can we use these data points to create measures that support the customer journey? That's what we are going to look at next. Here are some basic ways to support the customer journey. We can do something at every stage. The better we know the questions, tasks, and challenges in the steps from the customer's perspective, the better we can support them in reaching the next stage. We can activate customers with an awareness campaign and prevent them from delaying the start of the customer journey. Delay often means later regret or even harm. By the way, the most successful awareness campaign ever was Nike's Just Do It campaign, which encouraged people to get physically active. But we can also sensitize customers with our sales force and alert them of the consequences of procrastinating. We can inspire customers with new solutions. We can help them find out what they want and what they need. We can provide opportunities to test drive our offer under real-world conditions. And last but not least, we can develop innovative products and services that enable customers to get new jobs done or to get their job done better, cheaper, faster and with more fun, or advise them to ensure their success by using a new solution. Just think of Airbnb, which made it possible for people with little money to visit places that would otherwise have been out of reach. Each stage provides plenty of opportunities to make a difference. All we need is the right insights. To optimize our support for each phase, we have available data points with the 12 elements of customer progress design. These are phase-specific insights that help inform decisions. We also have insights that relate to the entire journey, such as the constraints customers have to act under. With our AI companion, these data points can be easily generated from interview recordings and even summarized and visualized. This means we know at each stage what customers need to do to move forward and can tailor our innovation, development, marketing, sales, and service measures accordingly. We have named our method Customer Progress Design because it expresses exactly what its purpose is: to help customers improve their lives or their business. Here is an example of the ideation of marketing, sales, and product innovations for the customer journey, taking a phase-by-phase approach. To promote passive search, we took insights from our interviews with cargo bike customers. We heard many things that bothered them about their situation and made them think about how to improve it. Some of these things we expected. For example, a bad conscience towards the environment when constantly taking children to school by car. Or the annoying rides with small children on public transportation, or the waste of time standing in the morning traffic jam to school. But we also heard things that are not common knowledge, e.g. the mental burden of being dependent on the husband for driving to doctors, shopping, children's activities when he is the only driver in the family. The idea of freeing people from dependencies would be a good starting point for an awareness campaign. We also got excellent ideas to support active search. This is about inspiring customers to find out what they want and what they need. From the interviews, we learned that many cargo bike buyers were inspired by seeing cargo bike riders, for example when they were on vacation and saw couples riding to the beach with a bottle of wine to enjoy the sunset. As it is rather difficult to simply start trying out a new vehicle, we thought about how to lower the barrier. This example gave us the idea of entering into a partnership with a vacation rental company where cargo bikes are made available so that holidaymakers can try them out in a relaxed atmosphere and find out whether they might use such a vehicle. We also received excellent ideas from the customer interviews for the trade-off phase. This phase is about selecting the best product or service. We heard how important but also how difficult it is to test ride a cargo bike under real-world conditions. Usually, cargo bikes are only offered to be ridden by the dealer, in his yard or in the neighborhood. However, as cargo bikes come in different designs and with different equipment, it would make sense to test them under real conditions to find out whether they are really suitable for everyday use. So we came up with the idea of offering various cargo bikes for hire for 1 or more days so that the exact routes could be tested under real conditions in order to select the best bike. Can I park it there? Can I get up the curb with it? Can I ride through the narrow alley? Are questions that customers want to clarify. Last but not least, we also gained important insights for product improvement during the use phase. Road safety was a major concern in relation to cargo bikes, especially when traveling with children. Even if you may not have any major concerns yourself, you sometimes have to answer to relatives about the safety aspect. To improve passive safety, we had many ideas that could be put into practice, such as built-in distance markers, red light markings projected onto the road, and rear-view mirrors. This is just one example of how the customer journey can be effectively supported. As you can see, we were able to gain extensive insights from the interviews that we could use to support the critical aspects of the customer journey. Each of these aspects could stall the journey or end it entirely. By providing emotional and functional support that helps customers progress through the stages, we not only increase customer satisfaction but also build a reputation as a helpful brand and lay the foundation for acquiring more customers. Today is the day you can decide to begin a transformation. You have the opportunity to start increasing your company value sustainably by making a shift in mindset. You have the choice to either keep optimizing existing processes, hence being an organization that sells products or services, or go a step further, redefine your company's purpose and become an enabler of progress. Make supporting the customer journey a declared organizational goal. Seize the opportunity to use the elements of the customer journey to design supporting measures and encourage customers to embark on their journey. Apply the same creativity and rigor to designing the customer journey that you would apply to product or service development. After all, only a successfully completed customer journey means new customers and new sales. This shared purpose also provides a laser-sharp focus for all your development, marketing, and sales activities. And it will create alignment within your company and with customers. Transforming your organization's role into one that facilitates progress requires certain skills and practices. We can help your transformation process in several ways. If you want to independently analyze customer journeys and design support measures, we can support you with appropriate tools and skill building. However, if you want to outsource the work, we can do it for you. On the other hand, if you want to bring the principles of customer journey design to life, we can help you socialize the new customer strategy, provide inspiration, and implement new practices. Do not worry that our method is complicated and lengthy. Thanks to years of experience, we have designed it to be highly efficient. Thank you for your attention. Please do not hesitate to get in touch with us.